Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. We've been gone for a while, but we're back. Our last week's episode of Three the Hard Way, we didn't make it. But that's all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again this week. My man, the enforcer, my man, Chris Dillsworth, will be here shortly. I'm your man, Stevie Ray. And collectively, they call us Three the Hard Way. What's up, Lewis? How you be out there? Who is that out there? BJ Warrior, what's going on? Vandervan, what's going on, man? Hope you guys are doing well after this very notorious last couple of weeks. Ron, what's going on, brother? Queen is in the house. I know we've been gone for a minute, but it's on like a steaming pot of neck bones tonight. Everybody that's out there joining us right now on Instagram. Hey, man, you guys got any questions for your boy? I'm here. 832-243-4428. I'll say it again, 832-243-4428. Three the Hard Way. You guys hear the music in the background. Appreciate that, Strickland. Hey, brother, you know what I got to do tonight, Strickland? I got about 1,000, right at 1,000 baseball cards I got to sign tonight, bro. I'm going to be up late tonight, man. But the old Harlem Heat stuff is still selling, still on the press, baby. You know how we do it. I got to do it, man. Got to get that paper. But my man Chris Dillsworth is running a little late tonight. Hey, Neil, what's up, brother? Neil Pruitt's in the house. But I do have my main man, the enforcer. He is in the house tonight.
What's going on, Unc?
What's up, baby?
We're back.
Back again, man. You know, we might not get there on time. But, brother, we get there.
Yeah.
In the nick of time. What's up, Daniel?
What's going on, everybody? I see you on the comments. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. How you doing, Queen?
Okay, man.
It's been a good couple of weeks in wrestling.
Yeah, man. The wrestling world, certain things I didn't see coming. I did not see. I'm gonna let the experts get to this, ladies and gentlemen. You know, that is why we do Three the Hard Way, because certain things that I talk about, they can talk about 50 times more better than me. I think I'm better at asking the questions instead of giving you the 411. That's what I think I'm better at. But I'm gonna tell you something, enforcer.
What's going on?
What I did not see coming. I didn't see the tribal chief coming.
Oh.
I didn't see the tribal chief coming back, brother. And the tribal chief walks out. I'm like, oh, they got me again, man. What do you think about that, bro? Or you want to wait till Chris come on the show? We can wait till Chris come on the show.
I'm gonna say this. Let me say what I gotta think now, because when he
No. Save it because we got a few other things to talk. Go ahead and save it because I want him to get his analogy at the same time we're getting your analogy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
By the time he get here, I don't know where he is, man. The guy's riding scooters, okay? The guy's getting ran over on the street on scooters. I don't know if he got hit tonight or had a blowout. I don't know. He told me he was going to be a little late, and that's all good. He told me that. But see, so I can't – we can't just – I'm going to give him a time limit, okay? Let me look at my clock.
All right.
It's 7:15. Okay. So we're going to give him a few minutes. I'm not going to put a time limit on, but we're going to give him a few minutes. But everybody out there that wants to call in and ask the enforcer some questions that you guys got as far as it pertains to AEW or WWE, Go ahead and do that. And you can call in at 832-243-4428. That's 832-243-4428. Rhyme time, what's up? Just checking the old phone, make sure it's working. Yeah, it's working. You know, I pay enough for it, so it's working. You know, yes. I pay another little lump sum for them to get the phone line in, man. You know, a lot of people don't do like we do. They don't go live because a lot of people are afraid of what gets messed up and they want everything to be perfect. I don't care if it's perfect. You dig? I don't care. Enforcer, you might have a question right now.
Here we go.
Straight shooting with Stevie Ray. Holler at your boy. Who am I talking to? What's going on with you, dog? Speak a little louder, man. Speak a little louder. Make sure you're speaking into your phone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you much better.
Okay.
You got a question for the enforcer, or you got a question for me? What's going on with you? I ain't heard from you in a while.
I got a question. I got a question for both of you, brothers. You know, I'm seeking some edification, Ray, dog.
Okay.
I'm seeking some edification.
Okay.
So, I know you brothers, you know, you're speaking on the bloodline, and it's a coincidence because I've been waiting to ask this question for a while. It could be just me.
Okay.
And we've seen some of the things that's going on with, MVP and the Hurt business and, Carmelo and a couple of other brothers in the industry. It just seems to me that, or am I mistaken for saying that with the bloodline, you're seeing a couple of the guys get over using what can be perceived as a Black American aesthetic.
Okay.
But you don't really see no brothers. It's like you got brothers a day, but you ain't got no brothers.
Okay, let me make sure I'm hearing you right.
Okay.
You're taking what they're doing, what they did with the hurt business, as opposed to how they're pushing the hurt. I mean what do they call themselves?
Bloodline.
The bloodline. I'm sorry. Yeah, the bloodline. You're seeing a comparison as to how they use the Polynesians, similar to how they use the brothers, but they don't push the brothers. Do I have that right?
Absolutely. Because if you remember the Usos originally, they were, they used to come out, they would do the Polynesian chant.
Right.
Totally.
Kind of like when The Rock first came out and he was rocking my veil, right? Right? Do I have that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, enforcer, you hearing all this, right?
Right.
Okay, enforcer is making sure he hears all this. So you want my answer to that, or my
Am I kind of barking up the wrong tree?
You know what? With all due respect, I don't think you are. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I've talked about this on my show, and I've talked about this on many other shows. How, matter of fact, I made references to this. Matter of fact, it was just I can't remember, it was a couple of weeks ago or what, that I was saying that you will never see, I was talking about the Nation of Domination.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes all the way up to the Hurt business. I said, you will never see those guys of African-American descent get pushed over the top like someone with Polynesian descent. And someone was asking me why. And you know me, I shoot it straight. They don't call me straight shooting Stevie Ray for nothing. I was given that name in the wrestling business. I didn't give myself that moniker, if you know what I'm saying. Anybody that I talk to, I shoot it from the hip. It's because people that run the wrestling business does not look at the African-American agenda the same way they look at the Polynesian agenda. And that's not a slight on anyone. That just is what it is. Because if you look at all of the sports, if you look at the major sports other than baseball, of which that's not glorified anymore, that is why you do not see a lot of African Americans playing baseball anymore, because it's not glorified anymore. If it was glorified, we would be in that just as much as anything else, like we used to be. But because of the simple reason it's not glorified, people rather play football, basketball, so on and so forth, boxing, so on and so forth. So in professional wrestling, you have never had the African American agenda pushed over the top. Never.
You know what it makes you think of, Steve? You're a Hall of Famer, legendary member of a legendary tag team.
Okay.
Let's imagine that they say, you know what, guys, y'all killing it in the main event scene, the champion.
Right.
They say, you know what, guys, we're gonna cool y'all.
Right.
They say take the next couple months off.
Right.
And the next you turn on Nitro, and the next thing you see is the Hawaiian
I wouldn't go that far. But I know where you're coming from, though. Now, my boy King Show. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been listening to the. I've been reading the comments. I've been got my mind in the wind, and I haven't been reading the comments. But King Show just said, "Why? Because the WWF and wrestling is so racist. Racist. Laugh out loud." I wouldn't call it racist, King Show. You know, a lot of things can be perceived as racist, but they're really not racist. It's just the fact that certain people got a certain agenda for the way they look at their business and the way they look at the outlook of certain, let's say, agendas, if that makes sense, which is going to sell better for my product. So I wouldn't use that word racist ever. I would never use that word racist because at the end of the day, that's going a little bit too far, especially when you don't have evidence of it. I will call a person racist in his face if I know he's racist. But some people are just ignorant. That doesn't mean you're racist. So let's not go that far. But I do know where you're coming from, but I'm gonna let the enforcer expound on that also. Because I think the enforcer and I talked about this once.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Now you can't hear the enforcer because he's on the show. Are you watching the show right now?
Yeah, I just put it on. I was gonna hang up.
Okay, you can go ahead and hang up and let the enforcer so you can listen to the enforcer. Okay. All right, brother. Peace.
Yeah,
what you got, enforcer?
We talked about this. Oh shoot,
was that you and I?
Me, you, and I think one episode was me, you, and Chris. Another time was me, you, and our producer Ziggy. We talked about this.
Okay.
Especially when
okay, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Look, wait. Let me check my watch. He made it by this skin of his. He barely made it. I know he just pulled up. On his scooter. Ladies and gentlemen, we thought he wasn't gonna make it, but Chris Dilworth is here. He made it in the nick of time. We were just about to cut him off, but he made it in the nick of time. Chris, what's going on with you, brother?
What's up, Uncle?
Listen to him, man. He can't even talk now. But anyway, Chris, we got a very interesting question a few seconds ago, and I gave him my point of view on it. Now the enforcer's got to give his, and you can go after that. Go ahead, enforcer.
So yeah, we talked about this plenty of times on here.
Sir.
Huh? No, I'm good.
I said Stevie service nervous.
Everything's good, Chris. You got to live. Your lighting is kind of off, Chris.
Is it? Okay.
It looked like it. It looked like it to you, enforcer.
Yeah, it's not as bright as it used to be. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. You're way brighter than him. I'm usually getting on the enforcer. I'm usually getting on the enforcer for sitting in the dungeon.
It's coming.
Don't do that. No. No. We didn't get hit by no tornadoes or hurricanes or anything like that of the sort. My shit is available.
Please don't mention that, brother. I'm still trying to get over that. All right.
No. Y'all got hit with an orange tornado.
No. I'm not. No, that wasn't trying to be sarcastic or being an asshole. No. We are accustomed to bad weather in Wisconsin. Okay, we don't have to be by the border of Mexico.
Okay.
You know.
Y'all did have that orange tornado hit Milwaukee not that long ago. You know.
Well, yeah, that
Yeah.
man, that shit was.
But go ahead, Enforcer. Give me your outlook.
I was just gonna say that we talked about this plenty of times, especially when we had opportunity. At the same time when the bloodline was starting, we had the Hurt Business, and if you think about it, the bloodline was on SmackDown, the Hurt Business on Raw. It was a concept. It was working, and especially when they finally gave the main title to Bobby Lashley, and his guys have belts. It looked like that could have worked for interpromotional storyline. Who was the main faction in the company? And all of a sudden, while we got excited, they just cut it off, like out of nowhere. And I get why fans say that. Just like we just had SummerSlam, and we ain't had no black representation had a match. I know everybody gonna say, "Well, R-Truth was on the show," but we're talking about a match story.
No, I know what you're talking about. R-Truth is more of a I don't even know what word to
tap dance.
He's more of a circus. He's a circus edition. Let's just put it that way.
He's there for laughs. He's there for laughs.
I know it's more of a just a. I don't even.
He's the entertainer.
I don't even know what.
He's an entertainer.
Well, they're all entertaining, but I know what you're talking about. Somebody in a program with somebody. That's what you're looking for on a pay-per-view. Somebody in a program with somebody, and somebody having a match for some type of reason to build up to it, not just come out and do some behind-the-scenes stuff and stuff like that. So I know what you're saying, but I really don't know what word to put on it. But anyway, go ahead.
But my thing is, like everybody's saying, like when, like what you just said earlier. But if the money's talking, they go lead towards the money, and the money right now, especially just this past 2 weeks, it's all about back to the bloodline. It's always been about the bloodline, but now, we're going.
Well, they've got a lot of mileage. They've got a lot of mileage out of the bloodline.
Yeah,
have you noticed? Have you noticed this bloodline angle has ran longer than any angle I've seen in a long time?
Yes, we're talking about WWE here. An average of maybe 2 years of faction or any storyline could go that long. And they went, they doubled it. We're talking about 4 years now. We still talking about the bloodline.
Right.
The bloodline. We're not talking about no Hurt Business. We're not talking, we ain't even talking about MVP. We ain't talking about Bobby Lashley. We ain't talking about making any new stars like Carmelo Hayes. We ain't talking about they just brung up I saw that they just brung up Odyssey Jones, but now you about to break up the other triple team that you had for over a decade in the New Day because you gotta be a blind man not to see that they about to break them up now, and now you got to say, Xavier Woods gonna turn heel, whatever. So your only point of revenue of all companies in the WWE is the bloodline.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask both of you guys this before Chris goes. The Hurt Business. Let me give you my 2 cents on the Hurt Business and see what you guys think before we move forward. I never liked it. I never liked the Hurt Business. You know why?
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. From a wrestler's perspective, you got 4 guys together, but the 4 guys never messed with each other. Sheldon Benjamin was always baby faces. Then what was the little brother that turned into the African?
Cedric.
Oh no, never mind.
What's his name?
Cedric?
Apollo.
Okay, Apollo.
Never was pushed as a main guy.
No.
Never was pushed as a main guy. When you have factions, Bobby Lashley is not a heel. You can make him a heel, but when you look at his face, he's a baby face because he doesn't come off with that anger. See, when I will use me as a example. When I used to walk through airports, people wouldn't even speak to me because they was like, I seen that dude on TV, bro. I ain't taking no chances. You see the difference? That's the heel. That's the heel. So when you're trying to make people collectively bad guys, they got to be bad guys. You can't just if you look at Solo face, when he just standing in the ring and he just look at his face, you go, that's a mean Samoan right there. So perception has a lot to do with being pushed in the wrestling, not just because you're a certain ethnic group. Don't work. And that's why I never it never got over with me because they had the wrong characters doing it. They had the wrong character. That's just me, though. That's just me coming from a wrestling perspective. And if I was putting together a faction of African-American guys, neither one of those guys would be in the group. Neither one of them. But that's just me, though. But go ahead.
But I was gonna say, but it worked in other places. Like MVP and Bobby Lashley. MVP and Bobby Lashley was in a heel faction in another company, TNA, and that worked. And the thing was, MVP was the mouthpiece. Like Paul Heyman was the mouthpiece for Roman Reigns.
Right. And that's one thing I'm talking about. Right. It's already been done.
Right, that's the thing. It's
nothing fresh. It's nothing fresh about it.
But that's the thing. It's an old formula that still could work, especially people that's not educated in the wrestling.
You know, anything can work if you push it hard enough. But does it really get over? Bobby Lashley does not have a. Now, I ain't talking about the guys personally. He does not have a mean perception about him at all. Zero. Zilch. That's why I say he's a baby face.
Except when he's a baby face. When he stands still, he do this. He don't say nothing.
Yeah. Even when he got his mean mug on, you don't scare nobody. You just look like a nice guy trying to look mean. And people pick up on that. That is why I say perception is a big part of everything. Now, and then they bring Bobby Lashley out as the leader of the other two guys, the other tag team. What's their names?
Street Profits.
Pride and Powerful.
Yeah, Street Profits. Now I'm like, okay, you just walked out of one faction into another one, and this one ain't gonna get over either. Neither one of them ain't gonna get over.
That one didn't get over once we saw it. Like soon as we saw it, and we saw the Street Profits came in with their church outfits, the Easter outfits on. Let's
just put the bullshit out there. Number one, the only reason why they did not work because they just did not mesh together at all. The Street Profits.
No, that's a part of what I'm talking about.
Street Profits wanted to be clowns. Bobby Lashley wanted to be serious, and it just wasn't. It just didn't work. Like we were trying to make it work because it was all about the culture. But the problem was, it was like oil and water when I was looking at them. And they never ever like put out like this is the pride, which I'm like, are we like watching the Lion King or whatever? Is this Umunda or is this Madagascar? I mean, like, what are we doing? You know?
Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro?
The thing is, they thought, okay, they know the fans wanted the Hurt Business. They teased it. You know, Chris, man, you talked about the back in the Easter egg. They teased it week after week, and what they gave was a Wish or a Temu version of the Hurt Business, and I was not satisfied. All right, do you know the Street Profits are not? They don't have an evil bone like you just said about.
They're
like
baby faces, man.
Baby
They're
faces.
right.
We know,
They're
like
baby faces.
Mr. Ford. If you see this, I apologize early, but we know you are Mr. Bianca Belair. Okay, she wears the pants in that family, so we already know we like you for that. So we can't boo you. Dawkins, you are the Robin to Mr. Ford. So therefore, we call you D-Lo for a reason. Like that's it. But Bobby, they try to use Bobby like, okay, maybe we would put anybody with Bobby. They're let it go. No,
Like I
because
said,
then it didn't
you
mesh.
you can have the best workers in the business, but the faction ain't got nothing to do with that. Not a heel faction. It's got nothing to do with that. You got to make people want you to get stepped on, but yet you're stepping on everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes the emotions come out. But like you say, if you're looking at it in that aspect, like how Chris just put it, bruh, you're just spinning your wheels. And I know, and this is what I was talking with the gentleman about when he said, why is WWE racist? See, this ain't racism. This is not racism. Like I was talking about earlier, this is ignorance. Because you don't look at a group of people the same way that group of people looks at themselves. That's something you cannot ever understand unless you bring someone in that can teach you that. You're just going off what has happened in the wrestling business for years. But you don't look at the evolution of people and how they look at themselves. Am I making sense?
Yep.
Yep. So when you can't do that, your writers, that's their ignorance, not ignorance in a bad way, because you don't know anything about the culture. So you kind of banking on what you done learned from watching Soul Train. You banking on what you done learned from black television shows, so on and so forth. But you really don't know the culture. But you need someone to teach you the culture. Someone like me, if anybody's out there listening.
Hey,
you know, I will teach you what you need to know to make that thing work. I will give you the verbiage to make that thing work. And it ain't gonna be nobody gonna ever be smiling and laughing.
I don't know why when you said that, I picture you at Bernie Mac coming out the train, smacking one. I don't know.
Hold on 1 second. Let me address something in the comments real quick. Mel,
okay, go ahead.
We are not going to talk about Almost There right now. We're not going to talk about him right now. This man is like John Cena. We can't see him. Okay. You can't see him for a reason. The reason why
somebody said something about John Cena, I didn't see it.
No. They're talking about almost
there. Yeah, I like to call him Almost There. You will never see him because he did his due diligence.
Who you talking about? Wait up, brother. Bring me up to speed. Who you talking about?
The tall giant
Omos, whatever.
Oh, Omos, the tall African brother.
The one from the motherland, yes.
Okay, somebody said something about him. What about him?
Yeah.
First of all, what about him?
Well, shit. I mean, I was getting into it. So
I mean, wait a minute, Chris. Wait a minute. I want everybody to know exactly what before you go off on one of your, contagious rants.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Before you go off on one of them, what did you read? Because I didn't see it.
Okay.
What did you read before we go off on it? I know Umar, Sonny Ono took a picture with it.
So I'm gonna go into my DeLorean. I'm gonna go back in the future. So
Mel what was said about him?
So Mel said Almost is MIA, which prompted me to say that he's like John Cena. We can't see him, and we're not going to see him. Okay,
is he hurt? I mean, he might be hurt.
No, he's not hurt.
No, he's not hurt. They're not using him because he's just he's
he's not getting over
the bill.
He ain't getting over.
And,
exactly. I would have told you. Listen, Stevie Wonder, as blind as he is, allegedly, he can see that as well. I mean,
okay. Well, but if he ain't getting over, that's sometimes you can push a person, but they don't get over. They don't get over. That's just the nature of the business.
But then the problem is that you have these casuals that's out here and they're calling him the next Big Show, and this man is up here talking like he's eating bricks. So, like, I mean, how the hell you gonna be able to get over? But I digress. Whatever. But once again, they use him as a special attraction, just like how they use Tyus O'Neil as a special attraction when he come back as a ambassador with greasy lips. But that's weird. But whatever.
Kron said Umar is enjoying Disneyland.
He might be.
Is he?
He might be.
He
Hey, Kron, let me tell you this, brother. As long as I'm still on the payroll, you hear me, Kron? As long as I'm still on the payroll, I don't care what Chris says.
You don't have to say nothing. Listen, Chris don't give
I'm just letting Kron know. Anyway, go ahead.
Either way, I don't give a damn. You pay him. You can pay more than me. However, do not come online and say the following. Well, I'm not getting pushed. Don't say
Wait a minute. Did he say that?
No, he never said that.
Well, he might have thought. He might have thunk it.
Probably did.
You think
it's a lot of shit they be thinking, but they can't say it online because they ain't trying to get that.
Now, this is what I want to know. People brought up Umar. People are bringing up Carmelo Hayes. Why are they bringing up all these names? I really don't know because they really got nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're not talking about professional wrestlers that just happen to be African American. We're talking about the question that was posed to us some 30 minutes ago.
What was the question?
Okay, he was in here.
Yeah, I was in here.
My man called in. He was asking about the push. Oh, no, you just addressed it. That the Hurt Business was getting as opposed to the Bloodline. And I was explaining to him, and you heard me explaining this, they will never push a black faction like they're pushing a Polynesian faction. Never will. So that's what I was saying. And I was saying it's not, somebody because I got the guys watching right now on Instagram, somebody on Instagram saying, why is WWE so racist? And what I was trying to explain is that's not necessarily racist. That can be ignorance because people are not educated to a group of people like you think they should be. And that's not just professional wrestling. These are things I talk about with young people when I'm out doing my public speaking all the time. You can deem a lot of things as racist as it pertains to black people, but a lot of it is just people that are not of black descent or ignorant to a culture of people.
Okay.
So we can't just make it a broad racism thing. I really don't like talking about that if you don't have proof, because racism is if I'm running a wrestling organization and I don't let no brothers in, and if I do, I make them look like the drizzling shits. And none of them come up. That's racism. That's racism. When they can mess with your livelihood just for the hell of it. And I've talked about different people and different things like this on this show many times. It's out there. Look it up. But I don't pull no punches because ain't none of them gonna fuck with me no how. So I just tell it like it is. But I'm just saying, let's not make a broad brush on anything because you don't see this faction of people getting pushed like this faction of people. And if you know anything about the WWE, it's always been like that. Always.
That is very true.
So, but go ahead and finish, Chris. That's what we were talking about. If you didn't, no, he wasn't here. That's before he came.
Yeah, I wasn't. I came in, but I had to reset my phone.
Well, the caller was asking why. And the caller was asking. I'll just bring you up to speed. Mm-hmm. He didn't know if he was seeing this or if it was just like that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Why is it that this is not pushed like that?" You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what he was saying. So I just wanted to let him know. No, brother, you looking at what you're looking at. Mm-hmm. You looking at what you're looking at.
So here's the thing, like, as a fan / podcaster, like I can't talk about the same things that Stevie had experienced when he was.
Well, don't feel bad, Chris. Don't feel bad about that.
Shut up. I mean, I'm really trying to make a point. I mean, damn. Okay, so I can't speak on this, but at the same time, like I mean, racism, ignorancy, whatever you want to call it. I just really feel that if you're ignorant to our race, then what you should do is you should educate yourself. That's what you should do.
Well, this is the thing, though, Chris. You 100% about that. I'll push back on that this way. You 100% about that. But if my company is making big money, just like any company in the United States of America, if I don't have to hear and give a damn and I'm making profit, I won't.
Correct. So then, while you making profit and you doing all of this, then them people that's interested in coming in WWE saying like, well, I'm about to get the bag and whatever and blah, 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 then use social media as like some type of form of gaslighting and saying that, well, I'm not getting pushed and I'm not doing this and blah, blah, blah. But you already knew what was going on with the WWE before you even signed. So what was the whole point of you going there?
No. They don't know. They don't know, Chris. You're giving people a little bit more credit than they deserve. No, they don't know. Everybody thinks
WWE been around for like how many years though?
This is the thing though. What I'm saying is this. See, my thing just went off. They don't like me talking about this. What I'm saying is this. Yeah. What I'm saying is this.
About some controversial shit.
Certain people think everything is. It's just like, okay, let me give you an analogy. Do you know back in baseball, you know what I'm saying, before Jackie Robinson came in, no black people could play baseball. You know, in football, you know, way back when Woody Strode and all those guys played, okay, like in the 40s. It was guys in football before it was in baseball. Okay. And if it wasn't for the fact that certain people could draw money, because in those kind of sports, you got to win to make money. So I'm going to lift all of these curtains because I want to win. That is the only thing we got in this country. Because if we can make people that own everything money, then the doors open up. That is why football is 69, 70% black. That is why basketball is shit. Basketball might be damn near 100%. Well, they got the Europeans. Right. So let's say 75%. In corporate America, that is only thing that changes. The mindset stays the same. But this right here trumps the mindset. It trumps the mindset.
Overshadows it.
Because now it's about money. So now if I'm making money with how I've been running things, why should I succumb to a group of people that I've only used in a marginal way anyway? I don't have to change.
And then too, you know,
it's more of a change. Think about this and tell me if I'm lying. And both of y'all guys, the Enforcer and Chris Dilworth and Stevie Ray, we all know this. Now you tell me if I'm lying. The push is more for the woman than the man.
I disagree with that. Because if that's the case, then why these women ain't being pushed now?
Tell me what black professional wrestling, WWE, in the last 10 years has gotten a push.
Very
the black women's champion.
Very little.
And you better not say no Bobby Lashley.
Oh, so you talk about women or you talk about like overall?
I will say it again. If you look at the plight of the African American woman in this country, who is probably the most disrespected, unmarried, but the most educated in black culture.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are facts. Anybody can go look them up.
Yeah.
Because Ray Dog do his research. Okay. Now you take a Bianca Belair, you take a Jade Cargill, and you take what's the girl that just left? Went to AEW.
So you talk about Athena?
Mercedes.
No, I want no.
Mercedes.
Yeah, he's talking about Mercedes. He's talking about Mercedes though.
What's her name?
Mercedes. Sasha.
That's what she is
Monet.
now. What would
Sasha Banks.
what she? Yeah, Sasha Banks.
Okay.
Look at the push. Look at the push that those girls have gotten. They main evented WrestleMania. Now I want you to tell me in the last 10 years or 15, because see, corporate America lets the black woman in before they let the black man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So they don't fear them. They don't fear them. And that's why they're more educated than our young black men out there today.
But
that's getting put in jail at enormous rate. No, I'm about to teach you a correlation. Okay. This is not a debate because I got facts.
No, I'm not debating with you. I agree, 100%.
Now, see, what I'm saying is, you take WWE, that is the same corporation, just like it's just a wrestling corporation. At the end of the day, they still selling a product, but they push the woman harder than they push the man. Have you ever seen a black male professional wrestler get the build up in WWE like a Jade Cargill?
Not as of late, no.
And she ain't even took one bump. And you won't ever see it.
I mean, she has.
You won't ever see it. You go back to Tony Atlas. You go back to Rocky Johnson. You go back to whoever. You ain't gonna see it. You never will. I'm just speaking facts.
I like that.
No, what I'm saying is corporations don't change when it comes to the African American plight. They don't change. Just because we're talking about wrestling has nothing to do with how they look at culture.
I mean, because the same thing we said about politics, especially right now.
Now I'm gonna ask you this. Why do you think that is?
Because
so in essence, going back to what you just said, if they don't know this and they don't know this, why don't they go get writers or whoever that's in place to do this, that, and the other? What makes you think they don't?
I'm gonna have to think about that. But it's something that we said in the political space today.
People are bringing up. Booker T had a push many times. You don't even know. No, hold on, Chris. I gotta address this. Dale, you don't even know what we're talking about, brother. You need to keep your mouth shut, man, because this ain't about a person. This ain't about a person that got a certain kind of push. Okay? Let's get that straight. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about ignorance to a culture. This is what I'm talking about. Now, if you want to book a session with me and I can edify you, I'll be more than happy to do it. Okay? Be more than happy to do it. Because see, this is what I do on a daily basis. Yes, brother, I'm very educated on what goes on with my people and what goes on in this country. You're talking about entertainment. I ain't talking about entertainment. I'm talking about real life. Booker T got a push. Yeah, when he ran from Stone Cold Steve Austin in a goddamn grocery store, and I'm scared of some Daisy Duke wearing bad knee fucking guy, and I'm the world champion coming from WCW. You call that a push, Dale?
Bro, you don't.
You call that a push? You call that respect?
You don't want to go there with him.
Really?
You don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I had that conversation with Stevie 2 years ago. You don't want to have that conversation.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're talking about. We ain't talking about some individual push. That's not what we're talking about. And see, that's what's wrong with people. You hear people talking about something that has something to do with a black plight, and the first thing you go to is what you know, which is nothing. Which is nothing. You don't know what you're talking about. You're the dumbest of the dumb and the stupidest of the stupid. Stay out of conversations that you don't know anything about. I'm going to tell you like my mother told me. Boy, if you don't know something, shut up and listen. You might learn something. I'm not the one. Then again, yeah, I'm him at the same time. Go ahead, guys.
Spitting bars.
Listen, all I'm gonna say, I'm just to sum up what Stevie is saying. So we are talking about the overall culture. We are talking about why the African American male is not being like showcased like the black women, because the black women is more educated than the black men. The one thing
No,
that
not necessarily.
well,
It's
I
not
mean,
about education, but how they're presented to the
that's what
masses.
you're right. You're right.
Presented
Now,
to the masses. They'll accept your apology, but please don't bring in these. Excuse me, Chris. Please don't bring in these random things that have nothing to do with what we're talking about. If you want to talk about being educated on something, all you gotta do is listen, bro. All you gotta do is listen. I'll be the first to tell you, I know what I'm talking about. Yes, I know what I'm talking about.
Now, the one thing
if you want to know and listen and learn something, you can do that. This is not a slight on no one. A person asked a question. Enforcer, myself, and Chris are trying to get down deep to why these questions are being asked for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't want to know about it, cool. But see, ain't nobody gonna talk about this like we talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are afraid to. People are afraid to talk about real subjects, especially when he's dealing with a black plight. You know why? Because ain't nobody educated enough on it. Mm-hmm. Not even black people. So the first thing they do is resort to what? Oh, that's racist. Well, that's what we're trying to get past. Maybe it's not racist. Maybe it's something a little bit more indicative of other people's culture. You ever thought about that? Because people gonna always fall in with theirs before they fall in with yours. That's facts. That's the way of the world. But anyway, Chris, go ahead.
And the one thing that I would say is I was just like you, Dale. Like I was like, you know, some of the shit that they do on the television, or matter of fact, in pro wrestling, period, that some of this shit is racist, but also it's not racist, but it's more so ignorant. So I will roll with Stevie on that one.
Yeah.
The biggest issue is
now I'm not no, hold on, Chris. I'm not saying, what I'm saying is when people bring up racism, they need evidence.
Oh, the evidence.
You know what I'm saying? Or who put this together? Is it racist or is it ignorance? Because I'm gonna tell you, most people don't know shit about the black plight other than what they see on television or what they see walking down the street. Mm-hmm. Anybody ever talk with you? Any of your white friends ever sit down with you and ask you anything prolific about your culture? Mm-hmm. Anybody? No. You know why? They don't have to. You know why they don't have to? Because they're the dominant culture.
Can I say this, Uncle? That the African American man is probably the most intimidating thing to a white T, individual. And that's why some of these, these pro wrestling companies do not want to forecast like, the black man to be a champion in their own company. So that's another thing that you have to put in the back of your head and remind you ain't gonna go to another podcast where they're gonna be talking about shit like this, because once again, like what Stevie said, that these are conversations they do not want to have in these streets because they care about their views. Here in 3 to Hardwood, we don't give a fuck. So, we would tell it. I talked about this with Stevie since I've known him, and that's why I said me and him have an agreement. We don't give a fuck. We are going to talk about this because y'all need to hear this shit. If you it's worth talking about. Racism, you're going to talk about all this shit. You need to hear this from the Hall of Famer himself because he has been through it all. That's why I encourage you, listen instead of talking.
Let me ask you something, Enforcer, and you, Chris. Have you ever asked yourself, and this is where I'm going to, what they call in court, bottle the edges. Have you ever noticed how many champions there were when there were territories that were African American?
Like
A
the
little bit
territory.
shaky on the territorial days. So you might
No, I'm
have
just
to
asking you.
look
Remember,
up for
in
this.
the territories, there were more champions.
There
You
was.
know, and you know why? You know why, Enforcer?
I don't know why, but I do know.
You know, because in territories, I'm going to bring it back. It's still simple economics. In certain areas, had an abundance of black fans.
Especially the South.
Now you see what I'm saying? Certain territories had an abundance of black fans. How do you get the black dollar? You see how that goes back to what I was talking about earlier? Dividends and dollars, huh?
I was gonna. That's what I was gonna bring up. Because someone said other companies, and I was like, well, back in the territory days, just like you just said, there was a thing called Mid South.
Like Real Cool just said, just like JYD was so over in Louisiana.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up. Mid South, JYD, Bush Reed,
or Bobo Brazil,
or
Ernie Ladd, all over the place.
You just said Tony Atlas. These names in the territories was huge, and you had them. You had them for 3 to 6 months. They get to another territory and become
they bring you a dollar
for every
that
black
you
fan
wasn't getting before.
All right, for every black fan that
if
wasn't
if
there,
your gross profit,
they're bringing them in.
If your gross income go up 25% in that 6 to 8 months a year, do you know how much money that is for a territory? 25% don't sound like a lot when you're looking at a dollar and you just take a quarter from it.
Yeah. It's not a lot.
Okay. But take $500,000 and then put 25% on top of that. See what I'm saying? That's $750,000. That is the only thing that changes minds. That's the difference.
That's the only color that matters. It's green.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. But when you don't have to, if you don't have to relinquish anything to make money, then the mindset never changes. And what I'm saying is that's not a wrestling thing. That's an American thing. That's a corporate American thing.
That's capitalism.
So that's what exactly. So that's what I'm trying to explain to the people out here. And you know,
the thing,
like my boy just Rocky Johnson and Rock. Oh yeah, the Rocky Johnson in Memphis.
We name names now. But I was just gonna say this. I was listening to both of y'all, and I was gonna say.
Oh man, you know something? I'm sorry. Who is that? Just brought up my main man. I just did a video for him to get well. Kevin Sullivan, man. We lost Kevin a few days ago, man. And I want everybody to say a prayer for my man. I'm gonna tell you, Kevin Sullivan was a super cool guy to me and my brother. Kevin Sullivan is the one that actually put me and my brother in a position to be what we became. A lot of people don't know that. Kevin Sullivan. And Kevin Sullivan was as real. Chris, you want to talk about somebody that was real?
I've heard about
some of the things that I could tell you. I can tell you off camera, but I can't tell you on camera. That this man, I ain't going to get into it, man. I ain't going to get into it. Let's stay on subject. Yeah, I would love to right now get into it.
Just hit me up.
I was just gonna say this about when it comes to especially the modern time right now. I saw someone say the Indies have better with black wrestlers than the major commercial companies. But listen to here, with the major companies that actually allowed their black champions to be the champion, was they the face of the company?
Well, back in those days, yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about things like today. Like when Bobby had the title, he wasn't considered a face.
No, that's the point. No.
I want to say TNA Moose. Moose was not still considered.
I mean, because it's the same thing that was going on in the territory days is the same thing that's going on right now.
Right now.
because you
What'd you
have
say?
black folks that's like multi-time champions, like got like fucking 5 straps on them right now. But then in mainstream wrestling, you know where I'm going with that. So
No, actually, I don't. What were you saying again? I miss what the point you were trying to make.
no,
You
I'm
said
saying like we were talking about like in the mainstream, like in the territory days, you had African Americans that were champion here. In 2024, same thing is going on, but like I think in the indies, they really value African
well, see,
American.
that's the thing. In indies is one thing because you're still trying to get money from a secular
Mm-hmm.
agenda, from a secular agenda. That's pretty much how it was with the territories. When a guy was the champion, no, he was the champion. He was not like they did with Ron Simmons. He was not like they did with my brother. It was not like they've done with Bobby Lashley, where they got a belt on you, but you're still not the guy.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? You're still not the guy. Whereas everything falls in line and you're the main eventer every single solitary week. This show does not run without you.
Right. If your name
Okay,
is
let me
on the
ask you about
marquee,
Swerve.
put your butt in the seat.
Let me ask you about Swerve. Matter of fact, that comment, I think Real Code G44, what he asked, what do we think about the way that TNA presents moves?
What do we think about what?
What do we
What
think
was that?
about how do we think the way that TNA has presented Moose? What do we think about that?
When he was champion?
Yeah.
You really want my answer?
Sure.
Please.
Who asked that? Who asked that?
Real Code G44.
Real Code, you already know what my answer is to that. What you talking about? He on the show every week, man. He know what I think about that, man.
Okay, but
I like Moose though.
From you.
But from a television perspective, there's no difference. I like Moose. But from a television perspective, the belt nowadays, just on another level, you really can't put the title. You can't talk about the title today like you could talk about it of yesterday. Because, see, the title actually meant something of yesterday because that person had a lot to do with revenue. That is why they put the belt. See, back in the day, they only put the belt on people because they had the potential to draw revenue. Nowadays, the belt don't mean nothing. And when I was talking about the African-American ladies in WWE, I wasn't talking about the revenue. I was talking about the push. The push. They got to push up here when they had the belt. And they looked down on everybody. They wasn't working right here. And it's six other people working at the same level. No. Y'all was trying to come up and get it. Y'all was trying to come up and get it. Now, you know, I've talked about on this show many times about EO Sky. I love EO Sky because I'm just that kind of person. How many tickets she gonna sell?
None.
See, that's the difference. Champion. That just see, man, that's cold. Don't you do my girl? Don't you be doing my girl? Don't you do my girl EO Sky like that?
If you do that. I'm kidding a buck right now. Like, I forgot she was champion. And
man,
Chris is my witness right now. We was watching WrestleMania. I was like, holy shit, it's a title match.
I love EOS. I love me some EOS. Oh, brother. That's the only reason I watched it with him.
Listen,
I like me some EOS guy.
I like her too. She's a great talent.
I love Ravioli as well too.
God damn it.
Oh, brother, yeah, okay. And Ravioli is gonna be the end of your ass. Ravioli is gonna be the end of you.
I'm not trying to be different, but at the same time, you just said. When
I'm trash.
You have Bianca Belair at the top, and everybody's scratching. Even when she didn't have the title, she was still main eventing.
That's my point.
And then when she got the title, they gave her not just a 3-month scheme, they gave her a whole goddamn year.
Brother, she was on the ESPYs. Okay?
NASCAR. What the hell? She was on NASCAR.
Yes. Yes.
NASCAR. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And less than 25 seconds. That's some bitch ass
Twice.
shit.
Well, let's
Twice.
not get down to the matches and stuff. Let's just keep it on the point. I don't get that either, but I ain't trying to. But that's the thing, though, Chris. Chris, listen to what you just said.
That she lost in 25.
See, after we give you that kind of world-class push, I gotta snatch it from under you. You dig?
So,
but you
I
won't
gotta
do
snatch
that
it
to
from.
Charlotte though.
Oh,
But
no,
I
no,
get it.
Wait. Hold on. I got it. I got a good question. So why do you do this push and get onto the mountaintop to have not just one? You did this to multiple champions, had them lose the belt in the most embarrassing ways. Why
That's the part. That's the part I'm talking about when it comes to.
You want to talk about that shit?
You know, when it comes to the outlook of how other people look at your culture.
He ain't wrong.
You know what I'm saying? Because they only want it, even though they push it, they only want it to go so far.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I let it go too far, then it becomes something I can't reel back in. We're still dealing with emotions here. We're still dealing with perception.
Wait a minute. Real cool. Now you was my friend, but you're gonna have to clear up what the fuck you just said in them comments.
Wait a minute, don't you attack
no,
Real Cold like that? Real Cold is he's a good dude.
We all co-hosts on here.
He just asking a question.
No, we ain't doing that shit. We ain't doing trust me bros type of shit right here.
You asking the question.
Okay, so he said that Tony Khan is booking Swerve into oblivion. What do you mean by that?
Okay, well, why didn't you just ask him that and maybe he could answer it?
I did. I just asked him that.
No, you did. You said we ain't going there and all this other stuff.
I'm just saying, we're not doing trust me bros right now.
Oh, here we go.
I think they have.
What do you mean?
That's his opinion.
Because I like, bro, like we're watching the same thing. I'm hoping we're watching the same thing. Like, okay, so compared to Kofi, no, Kofi, bad example.
Okay, here we go.
Compared to Cody, to Swerve, who you think is booked like strongly right now? And if you say Kofi, I will go over this phone and I will slap the hell out of you wherever.
Kofi, look, man, you can't be. You can't be. You gotta have a little bit more decorum on the show. You're going to have a little bit more of a decorum on the show instead of threatening people. You can't pull no Jim Brown on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Threatening people like Jim Brown.
I'm really
throwing women out the window and shit like that. You can't do that, dog.
No, because like you can't sit up here. You cannot sit up here and ask me that dumbass question. Excuse me. You cannot.
Wait a minute. He was asking all of us.
You cannot. Okay, well.
Okay, that go real cool again.
He said you ain't slapping me.
You ain't slapping.
He said you ain't slapping me for one. And for two, compared to other champs on AEW, I think Tony could do better with him. How much do you want him to do? He's on your.
That's his opinion.
All right, hold on.
Can you answer the man without attacking him? Can you answer him without attacking him?
Okay.
I'm thinking this. We're not going.
Yeah. Enforcer, take over. Chris need a.
Let's compare.
He needs some ravioli.
Let's compare.
He needs some ravioli or something.
Ravioli. Let's compare Swerve's title reign to other AEW champions. Let's do that. Right now, who you put?
Stupid.
Give me one AEW champion and try to compare it with Swerve's title reign now. If we go anything, I'm saying this. If you want to compare Swerve's title reign right now to, I don't know, MJF's title reign, because I'm not going small jump. MJF's title reign, no, you can't do that. MJF had a whole goddamn year. And he had some good matches. Swerve had some good matches. Let's not act like Swerve didn't have no good matches, because he had a damn good match at Forbidden Door. with Will Ospreay. And
That's why I'm trying to figure out, like, maybe he put on his WWE glasses on and he's thinking like he's watching WWE. So that's why I'm trying to get like listen. I'm not about the black on black crime. Too cold Scorpio. I'm not.
Sure.
But my whole thing is that, bro, like,
Nah,
did you
look at
guys see the past matches that Swerve has had, and you're saying he's not being booked like strongly? Or are we? What are we doing?
We gotta also think about this. Swerve,
and I'm being nice, by the way.
I don't know what
is
Swerve a tweener in this situation because
that's
the only problem. That's the only problem I got. Like, is he a face? Is he a heel? He's a tweener, I guess.
But that's the thing with Swerve, and that's the difference, Enforcer. You know, that's the difference. But by the mere fact that the man is being commended with the championship belt for the hard work he's put in, especially for that company, it's hard to stand out in a company with so many different faces and so much of a convoluted look. To me, it's just hard. And I think Swerve is doing a good job of making himself stand out in a crowd. And in today's wrestling world, that's hard to do.
It is
very hard to do because the belts don't really mean nothing. Like I was saying earlier, the belts is just something to do now. It ain't that you're going to be the, main guy pulling the wagon like a horse. You're not. You're a part of a team. You're a part of a team. And when it's your turn, get out there and represent as good as you can. And I think that's what Swerve is doing.
The one thing I say with Swerve, like you just said, especially in a company full of athletic wrestlers that tells the story with Swerve separates himself before he even gets the goddamn ring. Swerve comes in, he got Nana doing the Nana, but if you look how he presents himself when he come out, he waiting for the audience. Like, listen, I'm not gonna come in rah Cisco ball. I'm gonna come in and sit down and look at y'all. Right. I'm sorry, wrong company, but it's the right word to use. Acknowledge me, damn it. I'm the damn champion. And
now, Real Cool just said, I love Swerve, just don't always like his bookings. Nothing about his work at all. That's fair.
He had to be a little bit more. Is there a possibility he can call in so we can have a nice conversation?
No, I don't want him calling in, advancing this agenda that you and him got. Because man, I am not. Yeah, y'all, you just want him to call in so you can really get in his ass.
No. That's this is not Vince Russo Chris confrontation. No, I really want to have a.
That's what you're trying to make it. That's what you're trying to make it.
Definitely not. I'm definitely.
You can't be confrontational with people, man.
What you mean?
I know this 3 the hard way, but stop.
Your confrontational when using NWO beating up your brother. Don't do that.
Hey, brother. Did you see
that? Sir?
Let me let you in on a little secret. Want me to let you in on a little secret?
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Bring it up.
Chris, I'm gonna let you know something. I haven't told a lot of people this.
This is exclusive.
I haven't told a lot of people this. Okay, Chris, what kind of hat is that you got on, man?
Shut up! You know the vibes.
I can't see the emblem. Was that the Bucks?
Yeah, the Bucks.
Well, what was that? 1971? What does it?
No. This is 2021. You listen.
I forgot about that one. They hadn't won one in so long. I forgot.
Wow.
Oh, let's not talk about your Rockets that haven't won since the 1800s.
Rockets won in 95 and 94.
See, way before my time.
I'm just saying.
We are not changing the subject. What were you about to say, Steve?
I just didn't know what kind of hat he had on. I'm trying to figure out what kind of.
See, the thing is, I got him with that comment. Then he want to come for my feet.
No. I'm gonna tell you something. That's what got me off. That's what got me off. Those fucking antlers. That's what got me off. I was like, what the fucking antlers? You talking about me beating up my brother?
Antlers.
Yes.
Oh,
You talking about me beating up my brother in the NWO? Okay,
yes, sir.
Chris. When they told me we're gonna get away from the tag team thing for a minute and put you in the NWO, you know what my first question was?
What was it?
You know what my first question was?
What?
Do my check change?
I mean,
You know what they told me?
no.
No. So Chris, my check ain't changed. Anybody can get it.
Wow.
Anybody can get it.
So you
know what I'm saying?
So you being
Booker T,
raise.
Hey,
Booker
listen,
C,
you probably did that.
Booker T and the MGs, it don't make no difference. I got to get this paper, dog. How many times I got to tell you that, man? Steve Ray was about business, baby. I was about business.
That's
all I was about.
But you wasn't getting no raises. That don't make that. What?
I had already got a raise. That's why I was asking if the check was going to change.
Was this after you beat up your brother or before?
Before.
Oh,
hey, man, don't bring up Big T in this situation. He's not.
He can bring up Big T. I don't know why he's bringing him up, but he can bring up Big T.
No, I was being petty as hell.
Why is he bringing him up? Oh, wait a minute, that way.
Because
Ahmed Johnson was the first black international intercontinental champion. Okay, Chris, wow. I appreciate the edification, but we knew that. So I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to figure out the remnants of that fact.
2000.
Yeah, all of those are Stevie Ray. All of those are Stevie Ray creations, Mel.
Yeah, that was after y'all left the NWO and gave me my reunion of the Harlem Heat, and y'all won the tag team, and you broke up. See, y'all bringing back old wounds, man. Stop bringing back old.
Now
wounds,
look at this. Now
man.
look at Kush. Ahmed Johnson can fit the entire world in his nostrils. Now look. Now why are you coming down on Ahmed?
That's not cool.
Kush. No, why you demagoguing our fellow professional wrestlers?
First of all,
why are you doing that?
About him and his Daisy Dukes back in the 1995. We're not talking about that right now.
No, we're not. No, we're not. And I'm trying to figure out what that's got to do with the conversation.
No.
Huh? You just want to throw that in.
How about this? Roman.
We ain't doing this.
How about this? Roman Reigns.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Why you bring it up?
We're not doing this.
Okay,
but I do want to add
to Mr. Cole.
Let me talk to Mr. Cole real quick. You said that you're not arguing with me. He said, I don't do the internet beefing. I stated my perception, and it's fine if you disagree. So, sir, let me tell you something about me. First of all, I don't know you, and you don't know me. Okay? I don't believe in internet beefing. However, I will give you my number so we can actually have a conversation. If you want to do the WhatsApp, or if you want to do the FaceTime, that's cool. I don't do the Twitter wars.
Now, who just said that? Who just said that to you?
No, that's Real Cold. I'm just having a conversation with him. No,
Real Cold.
Let me talk to him.
Let me talk to Real Cold since you can't. Okay.
I know. I'm trying to. Let me just get it out. So my whole thing is like.
Let me talk to Real Cold.
Me and you, we're gonna disagree. That's fine. When I said that Chris, I was gonna beat you up, I didn't really mean that in real life. I was just, just playing with you.
But that's the way you came off.
I know. I'm a savage. I get it.
You can't be threatening people, man.
They threaten me all the time because
didn't nobody threaten you, man. You got to be like a police. Let me tell you something. You got to be like a police officer on this show.
Excuse me.
So see, when a citizen has rights, we have to respect those rights. You can't trump their rights. because you have a badge, a gun, and has been given the commission to do what you do, and you take dominion over people. You can't do
Sir,
that.
Sir, that is his job, not mine.
Wait,
You see what I'm
He's
saying?
the enforcer.
See what I'm saying, man?
Listen, he's the enforcer. I am the judge, jury, and executioner. That's what I am.
What I'm trying to say is,
Goddamn.
brother, these are loyal fans, and they like listening to us. Why are you threatening people, bro?
Because I didn't like that comment that he said about.
Well, that don't mean you got to threat. It's going to be a lot of comments you don't like.
I know.
You ever thought about that?
But this is the one that pissed me off a little bit.
Look, man, we tried to help people understand things. You can't be a teacher in a classroom and throw somebody out the window because they didn't do their homework, man.
Well, he gonna learn today.
You can't do that.
He should have learned his homework before he even came.
Man,
that damn comment.
Roman Reigns
look, man,
during the SummerSlam.
You know what you do when you go. You know what you do. Okay, when you go to your job, do you ask your boss yes, sir, or no, sir?
Hell no, I don't do neither one of them.
Okay, but do you treat him cordially?
You mean her?
Him, her, it, I don't care. What do you do?
Yeah.
This is what happens when we miss like I don't know how many weeks. We gotta get shit back rolling.
Okay. All right.
Okay, but I'm trying to bring up adjectives at this time. All right, I'm trying to describe. Something.
All right. So you want to play?
No, I'm just trying to let you know.
I'm sorry. Play is a verb. I'm sorry. I had that wrong. I'm sorry. All right. So, I say yes, ma'am. I say boss lady. I say that. Yeah.
Okay, good. Then be that same way to the fans.
No, not at all.
Wait a minute. My man just said, apologies, Stevie Ray. If the question makes you upset, do you have any memories of Renegade? Richard? Yeah, man. I've talked about those on different podcasts before, man. I've talked about that. He was a good friend of mine, man. He was a very good friend of mine. And I just thought it was unfair. And this is what I've talked about on other podcasts before. It was unfair. And this is why I always use the analogy, another WCW fuck up.
Oh.
That's why I use that.
No.
You know, and I've said it on many shows. I've even said it on my show. A WC double fuck. They took Rick, we used to call him Rick. Good dude, man. Mm-hmm. Golly.
That's dude that came out with the R on his face and was with Hogan.
Yeah. See, Hogan thought he looked like the Ultimate Warrior. So they were trying to rekindle a lot of this stuff from yesterday, which in my mind is beyond stupid. Because I've always been the kind of person that looks at today and yesterday and not today and tomorrow and not yesterday. Because that was good then. Now you're trying to rekindle it now for the fans that don't give a shit about it. Mm-hmm. That's an enter within themselves want because it worked years ago. Let's do it again. So they bring and put Rick in the middle of this. They put this poor kid in the middle of this, man, that didn't have anything to do with it. Next thing you know, he's in the pay-per-views and stuff like that and getting a push and, you know, beating guys and enhancement matches, this, that, and the other. And we all felt so good for Rick, man, because he was just a good dude, humble dude, very quiet, very humbling, just a good dude, man. Give you his shirt off his back. And then, you know, you go to the highest of the high in no time. Then all of a sudden, you're back in Palookaville overnight.
I remember. I was gonna say I remember him. Just like you said, he came in. He was with Hogan. Like I remember when he came in, the camera was on his back, so everybody thought it was
right.
They saw it, and then he won the television title. Like you say, they pushed him up all the way up. And
right.
Then when they had no use for him no more,
Yeah.
He turned to an enhancement on Nitro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But the thing is, that like you said, the WCW fuck up. I call it. It was like Hogan was trying to bring the '80s to WCW.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my point, Enforcer. That is my very point. You tried to bring back yesterday. Well, hell, we don't see gun smoke anymore other than reruns. We don't see old westerns anymore. None of that shit is on television anymore.
I watch Bazan.
As people change, as they evolve mentally, you have to go with that in the entertainment business. That's just the way it is. And them guys, man, oh my God. And then my point is this, though, going back to what you were just saying. It ain't about what he wanted to do or what he was trying to do. We all know that. But you put a person in the middle of it that didn't deserve that, bro. He didn't deserve that, man. And that was one of the reasons why he never could get his life back together after that. So mentally, he was broken down. I'm a somebody in this business that I've been wanting to get in forever. I finally got in. Then I'm getting a push. Man, I'm a somebody. Now tomorrow, 24 hours later, I'm a nobody. And nobody gives a shit about me anymore. That can mess with anybody that doesn't have a very strong foundation, bro. And I would just like to know, I wondered if any of them guys when he died, did any of them guys that really give a damn? I wondered if they did. I really do.
Oh no. Because
like I said, Rick didn't deserve that, man. He was a good friend of mine. I love the guy, man. When I heard he died, man, it hurt my heart, bro. You know, it hurt my heart because he was one of us. You know what I'm saying? Because we all kind of came in around the same time. You know what I'm saying? And seeing each other grow on the totem pole and stuff like that, man, and rooting for each other in the dressing rooms, you know, because you had the top guys' dressing rooms over here, and then you had the lower guys' dressing rooms over here where we used to do TV tapings at. And people like Rick, my brother, myself, we never left the dressing room. We never left the dressing room that we started in. Even though we was on top and main eventing all over the country, we never left. You know why? This is why I started. And if I can help these other guys in any way, shape, or form, or influence them in any way, shape, or form, if they can look at us and go, hey, they made it, we can do it. That's what meant a lot to me. Not rubbing shoulder with fucking people I ain't really give two shits about. But that's just me, though. Because I ain't built like that. But hey, man, I appreciate you. Who was that asked that? Was that you, Dale?
Dale asked.
No, that wasn't Dale. That was.
I think that was Lewis.
That was someone else.
No, that was Ginger Ninja.
Ginger Ninja.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I appreciate you asking that. He was a good dude, man. He's a real good dude.
Rhymes.
Yeah.
He was a real good dude, bro. Man, I hadn't thought about him in a while, man. To my boy, just matter of fact, I think I can't remember who it was, man. It was in the last few months, though. We was bringing up certain things that never made sense. You know what I'm talking about on the show when Hulk came in. It might have been me and Sonny and the cat. Oh my God! It was a plethora.
A lot of things.
Litany. Okay. In any other words,
I remember. I was like, I said, hey, you know what? Since you said that, the first thing popped in my head, you was involved in it too. That triple cage, Dungeon of Doom, and Macho Man and him beat all y'all. Like I'm little. I got my head smacked. My head got smacked, and I said that's bullshit. And I got come on, man. Hogan,
you know something?
And Macho Man beat all y'all.
You know something? You remember better than I do.
It just popped.
I got it. Some of that stuff gave me amnesia.
Oh, nice.
I got amnesia.
I mean, you should.
Father, you never brought it up, I would never remember it. Certain things I wanted out of my mind as soon as they was over with. I swear.
Thanks a lot, Enforcer.
I'm sorry.
I swear.
We were just talking about the most dumbest thing. That's the first thing popped. I was like, how the heck?
Yeah, you just reminded me of some stuff that I
I'm
had
sorry.
See, I didn't know psychosomatic stuff was real. It's real, bro.
I'm sorry.
People send me tapes. This is no lie. And Foster and Chris. People, fans to this day, on Instagram and things like that. Sometimes on Facebook. Send me tapes of like what you talking about, Enforcer. And do you know I'm sitting there like, when was this? If I have to listen to the thing to see, ladies and gentlemen, Starcade or whatever, I gotta listen and go, okay, well, what year was that? I remember it, but I don't remember it. I swear to God. Oh my God. Man, you just saying that. I've forgotten all about that. I ain't gonna say
I ain't gonna say no
because
more because it's a lot
the
of
way you
stuff.
the way you thinking now, how you think I'm thinking I'm in it? Or when the agent gets through telling you this is what's gonna happen in the match tonight, and it's like I met me and Chris Jericho. We had a match one night, and they put us. I had the TV title.
Oh God!
And
see,
me and Chris, they called me and Chris into the room where we go through the match within, and then we didn't know why we were going to match because I didn't have a deal with Chris. You know what I'm saying? So we call us in the room and we go, okay, you guys are working tonight for the belt and this, that, and the other. And me and Chris looked at each other like, and we still talk about that whenever we see each other. Then he looked at me and we like thinking ourselves, why are we working with each other tonight? You know what I'm saying? It's like, we still talk about this whenever we see each other. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God. It was the only match we ever had against each other. Huh?
So let me win that one.
Huh?
He was the TV champion.
Right.
Yeah. It was weird. It was a spring break. I'm not gonna forget that.
Wow.
And me and him was like saying ourselves, why are we working with each other tonight? You know what I'm saying? And we didn't do a program. We didn't do a program. It started and ended that night.
Wow.
Okay, so now you see what I'm talking about. That was WCW, man.
But there is a question that's out there that was asked by Ziggy and Mel. One was Ziggy. He said, man, I wish that Stevie Ray was the WCW champ. And then Mel, he asked this question. This is a very good question. He said, Stevie, why did you not pursue a singles run?
Well, really and truly, guys, and it's not up to me. That's the thing. That's the thing. People think we are in control of our own destiny in professional wrestling. We're not. That's the powers that be. That's the powers that be. And we just got through. We just got.
Why you never pushed for it though? Did you ever?
That's what I'm explaining right now. If you take everything that we've talked about tonight and put it all together, okay, and then you ask yourself, is WCW going to push two black guys at the same time? You already got the damn answer.
Well, that means that's no.
If I remember,
you already got the answer. Right. We just got through talking about giving African American pushes in professional wrestling. But then somebody going to say,
I think they didn't want the political answer. I think they wanted the answer from you. Like, why did you ever want to be world champion? No,
brother. I don't go to work to want things. I go to work to want to be successful.
I get that.
And I don't go to work. I'm not an
ambition though.
Listen to me. I'm not like a little kid laying in his bedroom, you know, after he got through reading a comic book and want to be like Captain Marvel. Okay?
Why you say Captain Marvel, bro?
What I'm saying, no, I'm just trying to give it to you from
you say Captain America, bro.
You know, no. Shazam. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay, that's better.
What I'm saying is, if that comes your way, hold on a second, folks.
Go ahead.
If that comes your way, just be ready. then I'm ready. If they want, I wasn't ready for. I could really care. Like when we became a tag team. See, me and my brother never wanted to be a tag team. That was somebody else's idea to make us a tag team. So if you're gonna make us a tag team, we're gonna try to be the best tag team we can possibly be.
Facts.
So if that
And you
means
were.
if that means getting the belt, then okay, we look at the other people and go, shit, we just as good as them. Why not me? But I also know it plays a whole nother level of just the political mindset of professional wrestling when it comes to the world belt. That's a whole nother agenda. Going back to what you just said about somebody holding the belt, but are they the face of the company? Now, they put the belt on my brother 5 times, but in all actuality, the way I look at everything, in my opinion, every time it was to enhance someone else.
So let me ask you this.
Because he never was the face of the company.
So you think that all them 5, like, and I really want you to honestly answer this. Do you think that Booker T was basically?
What you mean? You think? What do you mean? Honest? Like I'm gonna tell a lie?
What? Let me get out. God damn. Okay. All right.
What you talking about? I want you to answer honestly. Like I'm a lie about something. What?
You know what? Fuck.
Man, get out of here. Go on.
Okay. So do you think that Booker T was just basically a placeholder for all them 5 reigns?
No. What Booker T was somebody else's desire to do that because he's seen the greatness in him. But other people that was in that same room did not like it.
We talked about this. We talked about. You said it yourself. We might as well say the name. Vince Russo wanted Booker to be champion. He was,
I got that.
For it, and other guys like no, blah 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 blah. And the opportunity came. Bash at the Beach. I'm not gonna forget it. Huge moment. And Booker took the ball and became champion. But
right.
Well, what I'm getting from how Chris said, those 5 reigns, when he lost the belt, to Kevin Nash.
How many times you talking about 5 different championships and how long of a time?
Wasn't like
It was that long, was it?
No, it was like within 1 year. Like 3 of them was in 1 year.
Oh, so as long as you've been watching wrestling, have you ever heard, other than in the case of Booker T, that a man wins the championship WCW belt 5 times in a year or so?
Are we just talking about WCW?
Yeah.
No.
How long of a
It's never been done. Because usually if you get the belt, you might get it back. But usually when you get the belt, hold it for a period of time, and then somebody takes it from it, that means that guy's being groomed to hold the belt for quite some time.
So what was Jinder Mahal problem there?
So in essence, in pro wrestling, you never see the belt go back and forth. You've never seen that. But see, people never think about this shit until I bring it up to them. People never think about this until I bring it up to them. You've never heard of that. When you are the world champion. Now, me and my brother held the tag team belts 10 times. How many years did that take?
Shit.
From 1994 to like 99, 2000.
99.
See what I'm saying? It took damn near a decade.
Damn.
But y'all had some monthly runs with those tag team titles though.
No, Louis.
But that's what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, have you ever heard somebody win the belt? If you win the heavyweight belt 5 times, if Roman Reigns win the heavyweight belt 5 times, how many years went by? 15?
About 50. About
10?
It depends. It depends.
I know it depends, but is it going to be a year and a half or a year?
That he win it like within five times or whatever? Or are you talking about? I mean,
nobody. That's unheard. What I'm saying is this: in the professional wrestling world, that's unheard of.
Of course,
it's unheard of.
to win a belt 5 times in 1 year?
Yes.
Is that what you? Yeah, that's man.
So that's what I'm saying.
You gotta remember around that time in the WCW, that belt was hot potato almost. It was the title match almost every Monday night.
Right. But what I'm saying is he was making other guys, which was his job at the time, look good.
Oh yeah.
He was making them look good. So it looked good. Okay, I gave you a shine. We're gonna give the belt back to you. I make this guy shine. We're gonna get the belt back to you. Or we're gonna build this guy. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna help build Jeff Jarrett. You know what I'm saying? But yet, who comes out the curtain first? Goldberg.
Who each corner?
I just put things in perspective.
That man. And
what I'm saying is, if Booker T gets the title, everybody comes gunning for the title. But in some way, shape, or form, at the end of the day, he earned to keep the belt. He earned it. They should have shot at him, never lost, and finally one day, by hook or by crook, somebody finally takes it. But he's had that run where he represented the company like a champion. But see, that's too much like right. See, that's too much like right.
I couldn't resist. I had to say what his title. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm sorry. It was one of my moments. I just remember that. I remember he was like you just said, Jeff Jarrett, Scott Steiner.
Right.
Scott Steiner.
Jeff, Scott, Goldberg,
Vince Russo.
Yeah, I forgot. They didn't even count that one.
They did.
Why?
I said I didn't count.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
You did. Okay.
No, I don't even give that credence. Because at the end of the day, who came out while the match was going on? Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It is what it is, guys. Hey man, don't get mad at me.
I just tell it like
it is.
Can I say something to Real Code?
Yes, you can, as long as you don't make it personal.
Sub-Zero. I swear to you, I was playing. I will never ever shatter or rattle your cage.
Believe me, Real Cool. He got respect for you.
I do. Most definitely.
He
was born in 83. I was born in 83 too, so I definitely love it.
It's just the camera, man. The camera's on. He's on. That's all.
For real. Dead ass. This is an online persona, bro.
Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Because I'm going to be straight up and forward with you. We had a good show going. We went for 30 minutes, man, before Chris Dilworth showed up.
I'm the anomaly.
And me and Enforcer had it going on. We had people calling in. We were answering questions. You know, as soon as Chris get here, you jump in my man's grill, man.
What's wrong with him?
But hey, man, we appreciate everybody riding along with us tonight, man. But that's just the way the show goes, man. If we don't do it like that, we don't know how to do it. Never take anything we say personal, because we're just discussing professional wrestling. And we are discussing the topics that everybody refuses to discuss because they're not free the hard way.
Right.
So for my man, the Enforcer, for my man, Chris Dilworth, I am Stevie Ray. And if you guys don't do anything else, man, you think about it. You be one. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
See you. And I would not like to be you.